Okay, student, jobs, Leeuwarden. I will definitely find something here. Oh, they have quite a few job positions. Nice. Oh, but this one includes Dutch. Okay, never mind. Again, Dutch. Okay, Dutch, Dutch, Dutch. Like, is there any position which doesn't require fucking Dutch? Okay, wait. I can actually filter it. Maybe if I select English only, there will be some options. No matches found. Is that a joke? I have to learn Dutch.
Welcome to Approved, the show that reviews meaningful and innovative apps that can benefit your students' lifestyle. My name is Svetelina, and I'm joined by our special guest for the episode, Emma. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. Please share about some of the most common struggles that you face as a student in Leeuwarden.
Well, Leeuwarden is a really highly international city, but of course there are some language barriers because obviously I don't know any Dutch, and I feel like the most struggle I face is when I'm working because most of my coworkers are Dutch, so yeah, I don't really understand what they are talking, so that's the main struggle, yeah.
Definitely. I think we've all been there, so that's why we need to cope somehow. And today we will review two apps that will help us learn a word or two in Dutch. The first one of them is Pabo.
And Mondly.
Guys, I'm very sorry for being late. I'm gonna review drops. Let's go. Let's go.
Have you had any difficulties with the language since you're living here?
A little bit, but in St. Martin, it is a Dutch island, so I have been exposed to the language before, so it wasn't so difficult, but it was a different environment.
Especially when you get a letter from the government, let's say, or the town hall or something, and you don't really know what it says, then you have to translate, and it's not always the best. I mean, could be worse, but could be definitely better.
Well, actually, I've never really tried to learn Dutch, and that's on me, that's totally on me.
Have you ever tried any language learning apps?
Yes, Duolingo.
I tried Duolingo.
Yes, I have. Okay, it was Duolingo.
Have you ever heard about the apps Mondly, Drops, and Pabo?
No.
I think I've heard of drops, but I don't know what it is.
No, never.
So I'm gonna quickly show you guys how it works. I think that we could choose one of the daily lessons. I'm gonna choose this one.
Bibliothecaris.
Yes, it's a librarian.
School.
As you can see, it is really easy since you can just look at the pictures and guess the words, and then later you definitely remember it.
We zijn op school.
We are at school. Okay, this one.
Klasgenoot.
There are also exercises like this.
Leraar.
And as you can see, I was wrong, but that is okay, because it always corrects you, and in the lesson you will get this exercise one more time so that you could remember the correct way to do it. If you lose 3 stars, you have to redo the lesson again, but since I've done it already, it is okay, it's just revision, no worries. And the last one, we are at school.
Klasgenoot. School.
This is one of the things that I really like about the app, that after the lesson you always get like this bubble and you get all the words that you've learned here. And if you press continue, you can see how many words you've learned in total, which is really, really cool because it gives you motivated. That's it, I think.
Let's review Babel. To be honest, I really like the orange aesthetic. When I open it, I can see the next lesson that I have to take. I can also see the current course, which consists of 12 lessons. That will be interesting. Let's start with the first one. It's called Dag Marie, Part 1. Okay. I really like the loading sign, which is a tulip. I think it's a great addition. Guess the meaning. Hi. Okay. Hoi.
Hoi.
Goedemorgen. Choose the
Hoi.
correct translation.
Hoi, Pieter.
Hoi, Peter. It's a
Tot
very
ziens.
useful one at the supermarket. It's amazing.
Goedemorgen.
Learn about dag. Another common greeting is dag. This can be used as both hello and bye. Wow. Ready for a final exercise. Listen and choose.
Goedemorgen, Wouter.
Goedemorgen, Wouter. Nice! We finished the first lesson. 15 out of 15. Hi!
Hey, hoe gaat het?
Goed, met jou?
Met mij gaat het ook goed.
Oh, wat ga je vandaag doen?
Ik ben eigenlijk bijna te laat voor de les, dus ik moet erheen.
Oké, veel plezier.
Ja, tot ziens.
Tot ziens.
Well, I'm going to talk about drops for you today. The app itself focuses on vocabulary more and gives you 5 minutes of practice each day for free. If you want to do more, you will have to pay for that, but this 5 minutes is already helping in learning vocabulary. I mostly have learned about food, since you can see my progress there, it's 64%. But it also has some other topics such as travel talk, workplace talk, general foundation for the language, for example, just the general things that you would need for conversation, and other topics as well. When you start a lesson, you can see that it's highly gamified. You can drag the
Het
image
brood.
of something to the name of it and it will say it as well. There are other games as well. For example, this one, where you can have to connect the dots
De lepel.
and it will say the name of the words every time that you can see. What's this? Het fruit. Het fruit. Yeah,
Het
it's
fruit.
like this. Het fruit. Okay. It's good because it says every time how you have to pronounce it. So even if you suck like me in pronunciation, it reminds you all the time.
Het ei.
Het ei. Now you can select the image. Yeah, basically the app works like this. It's highly gamified, so you can remember the words a bit easier and connect them with the images better in your head. I think it's very useful, but the 5 minutes per day is okay, but I feel like I would go for a bit more, but I wouldn't pay for it.
After we tested the apps, now it's time to share the pros and cons that we notice. Let's start with efficiency. For Babel, I would say that it's very easy to use. I love the design and I also love the loading sign, which is a tulip. I think that's a very nice touch to the whole app. What do you think about Mondly?
Well, first of all, I really like the design of it. I really loved how they included like the image of your head and the brain and like the words circling there. It is really, really cool. Also, I really like the structure of it. You can just like revise all the lessons that you've learned multiple times. You can find it everywhere. And also, there's a really cool thing. There is a thing called hand-free lesson, and you can kind of text with a bot there and you would answer it. You have to record yourself speaking and saying that thing in Dutch. I think that was really, really cool.
Sounds amazing. The next part we should talk about is price though, because I think that could come out as a disadvantage, at least for Babel, because you can get 3 types of plans, but maybe for a broke student they're a bit too expensive. What would you say about Mondly?
Well, the thing is that it was the only disadvantage that I thought about Mondly. So yeah, the price is definitely a little bit too high. It is $9.99 a month, but if you dedicate for it for the whole year, you can get it for $3.99. So I think that if you are really dedicated to it, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Our last point is experience. For Babo, I really enjoyed using it. I love how I had to repeat the phrases to learn them again. So I'd say that's a great way to naturally learn a language and then be able to practice it. What about Mondly?
I definitely agree that repeating is part of the learning process, so Mondly does that as well. You can revise constantly, and it also gives you like little reminders that, oh, okay, do you want to learn Dutch today, or at least for 20 minutes? So I think that is really cool, and overall, I really enjoyed the experience, and I would definitely recommend it to others who want to learn Dutch as me.
Nice. I would say the same.
Hey guys, am I late again? When I tested drops, then I learned a bunch of new words, so it was good for that. I wouldn't pay for it personally, but yeah, I would recommend the app if you want to learn some new words. For example, de kaas. That really got into my head. Also, I learned the paddenstoel. Yeah, that's a mushroom.
Oh.
Yes.
Good to know.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Ja. Natuurlijk, ja. Danke. Bye. Sorry guys, I have to go. I've got a job interview coming. Hell yes. Yeah,
Nice.
So, it was really nice to talk with you.
Doei. What? I guess it worked.
It turns out all the apps are helpful, but for different purposes. I would say that Babo is a great app if you want to learn Dutch overall, but it comes with a pretty high fee. On the other hand, Drops is a great app if you want to learn vocabulary, as we already saw. And Mondly does not only that, but also useful phrases for everyday conversations. However, if your aim is to learn Dutch for free, probably the good old Duolingo is your best option. That's it for this week. Join us in the next episode where we'll be talking about food. Nog een fijne week!